Hi, you are listening to Rawganism, a flowcast where we question everything we think we know and don't know, like why do we do the things we do? How can we unlearn to relearn? It's about some personal stories, low moments, funny adventures, nutrition, mental and physical health. Anyways, big questions like how the hell do we do this thing called life? Stay tuned.
Hi, we are we are in. How are you?
I am feeling very...
Hey, I was not talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, on that note, I'm feeling highly, very blessed and highly flavored.
Oh, wow. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really, I'm happy to be back.
Okay, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've established that Ash is going to be here with us. Yeah, forever, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Forever.
yeah. So Ash is staying. Definitely, it's official.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So welcome to Rawganism.
Thank you for having me back. I'm really honored to, have gotten this placement. Thank you so much for the job, Michelle. I won't let you down.
Yeah, because I'm paying you a lot of money, man. So you
get
better
paid
show
shit
up.
to do this. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart.
But yeah, so I mean, because you'll be here, right? This is our platform, so you don't have to. I don't have to direct this. You can direct this as well. There's no director. We are both directors. You know what I mean? So
Is my voice gonna be in the intro now and stuff?
well, if you want to do the intro with me, or if you want, it doesn't matter. If I do the intro, I do the intro. It's there. It's already done. If you want to do the intro, you can do the intro. If you want to do it together, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can add a.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Well, I can't wait to take over. I'm so excited.
Okay, don't take over.
I'm just kidding. We're just having a little bit of a lover's quarrel.
Yeah, it's not even a quarrel.
I know. I was just being sarcastic. I was over-exaggerating.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like through this podcast, people will get like bits and pieces of our relationship.
I really wonder what they think of us in general.
Well, the further along they get into the flowcast,
No. The people who
the
know
more they'll be like,
us
these
already.
bitches are crazy.
The people who know us, but they don't know us, because obviously they're gonna hear us talk, right? So it's like the people
that know us but don't know us.
Yeah, like now that they're
Got
going
it.
to hear it. Yeah, they know us, but they don't know us. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
get what you mean now.
Yeah, so
You don't even know me like that.
yeah, so the fact that they're going to hear this, and like I just wonder, when you know someone and you're like, oh shit, now you listen to them in like a podcast or an interview or something, it sounds different.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I wonder what
Get to peer into a different
yeah
or dynamic side of the person.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since you're going to be here, you know what I mean. We have
After all, I live here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I'm gonna be
That's
here.
true. Yes, we live in the same apartment. So
Oh yes, we live in the same apartment. We live together. Yes.
yes, we do. We've been living together for 4 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just over 4 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bitch, you be
I know we
driving
gotta
me
hop into
crazy
the topic,
sometimes.
but like, I know we gotta hop into our topic, but like, how has that been for you? That experience? Amazing. I was thinking the same thing.
It's been
Yeah.
no, it's been good. I think it works well in general, because we we're alike a lot in terms of like the house stuff. You know, I think it would be harder for me. Well, sometimes it was hard. You know, we were both like at like some places personally. And in this relationship, right? So there were moments where it felt a little hard, but in general, we're the same people regarding the household and how it needs to be around the house. So I think that makes a big...
We both have good home training.
Yeah.
And we both have OCD.
Well, we don't really have OCD, but
Well,
we're
I have a little bit,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I've gotten OCD from family.
Yeah.
It was developed.
Yeah.
It was embedded to my genes.
Yeah. But
Just
I feel like
clean
that's
freak.
every Black household, though. Or maybe not every,
That-
but majority.
Discussing the Black household. Would be interesting topic for another Flowcast. But let's get into our topic.
Yeah.
Before people are like, ah.
Yeah. So Ash
Okay.
is because, you know, I mean, I've introduced myself a little bit in the first one. Actually, I didn't like, I went into the, I was born here, I moved here and there, you know what I mean? And then I ended here to study whatever. I guess I didn't really dive in, but at least I gave my basics. So since you're going to be here, you know, just introduce yourself. You know, let's start from there. Let's start with, who are you? You know, what do you do? Where do you come from? You know, what is driving you? You know,
That's a whole life story. Wow.
yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Okay, wait. Full name?
You want my whole government name?
Yeah.
People are gonna try and scam me. You're gonna be God. We got her government
the
name.
thing
We
is,
just
it's on
need
your
card.
Instagram.
Sorry,
It's on your Instagram.
that's true, but not my middle name.
Oh,
Just my middle initial.
oh, don't say
Yeah.
your middle name.
Yeah, I feel like that's. Yeah.
Yeah, don't say it.
Over time, you guys, you'll get to know my middle name if that's really important to you in this relationship. So, the more you listen, the more you'll find out. I guess. Let's
Yeah.
just start soft and slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys already know, my name is Ashley Dodd. I mean, there's a lot that I could say for and about me, and I don't want to start with the kind of generic stuff with like, yeah, well, I was born here and blah blah. blah,
So
blah,
you
like-
say I did the generic stuff. Okay, so let's
No,
enter
that's not
into
what I
it.
said, but-
That's what you said right there. That's what I told you I said, and then you said it was generic, which it is true. It was. I said I give a brief overview.
A brief overview. Okay, well, I just don't know where to start because life is just, it's so constant.
Okay, I know. Okay, so Ash is a lot into fitness.
Yeah.
When we started our relationship, she could spend 5 hours at the gym. I'm not even
I can
gonna-
still do that nowadays too, but yes, I have responsibilities. I have to come home and,
Yeah.
I have to give attention to someone else.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, so you're into fitness a lot. And when we started dating, sometimes I was like, that bitch is at the gym for 5 fucking hours. Like, she left, she said she would be back at 5. It's 6 or 6:30 or 7. She's still not back.
I'm just having fun in the gym.
Yeah. So
I
now
thoroughly enjoy it.
this is a big part of you, right? Obviously now your time at the gym like lowered. You've managed better at like, you go, balancing. So now I guess why has the gym or fitness become such a part of you? I think that's a great question.
That is a wonderful question. And it's an important question for me. Wow. Fitness is really monumental inside my life. It's a part of my daily routine. It is my life routine. Like, I will not stop fitness until the wheels fall off. Until like of course, when you get old and stuff, not saying that I'll be old and fragile, I'll still be strong and lifting thousands of pounds still at 70. You never know. I could be that one. I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, at first I was never really like an outside kid. I was always inside reading. I would like make books and stuff, like get printer paper and take colors and create these little stories. And all my other siblings and my cousins, everyone else in general was just outside playing, and yeah, I would just be inside. And then at some point, I think this was grade 4. Yeah, this was in Ottawa. I'm born in Ottawa, y'all. But I've been living in the West for so long. Unfortunately, I am a Vancouverite, but my heart is, I'm still an Eastern girl at heart. I think that's a good intro for and about me, first of all. Okay, sound effects, let's go. Yeah, so like I said, how I kind of got wrapped up into being active in a way was just, I think at the time, like I said, in grade 4, my sister was doing track and field or something like that, or I really don't remember what it was. All I can recall is that I was old enough to participate in the after school sports or sports teams in general, and so I did track and field. That's what I started with, and yeah, and then I got into basketball, and then I got into soccer. I tried volleyball out, not my thing at all, but I love to watch it. Badminton. Just being like, I started playing outside and all that stuff. So I started playing sports competitively through school, and my long-term sport was basketball. So when I got into like my senior years, I wanted to have a slightly more competitive edge. And I don't recall if this was grade 10 or 11, but the coaches we had at the time were 2 women, and they were teaching the team these fitness kind of like these exercises, and I think around that time, I can't say that I was doing exercise. At some point, like, I did start running. I think this was grade 10. Oh no, it started with rollerblading. Yes. Oh, nice. We lived in this neighborhood that kind of like, it just went, like the street just kind of went around in a circle. And there's kind of like cul-de-sacs in some areas. And I was just like really bored. Like, I just felt like, I don't know, like my mind was just like, I know I needed air, because there was a lot going on in the household, my family dynamic. And I just felt like, like my mind was just chaotic, and I just need to get outside. So I started rollerblading, and then I started running long distance, and I would like get up. One summer, I would get up every day at 7 a.m., except for Sundays because church. Because of church, yeah. Like I said, I'm not religious, y'all, but we're Caribbean and family. Yeah, I'm spiritual. I believe in the universe. I believe in the divine. All that jazz. But yeah, family-wise, like we were raised Christian. So yeah, I would wake up every day at 7 a.m. and I would go for runs. And at first I had to, the night before, I would make sure that all of the ice trays were set so that in the morning, all I had to do was just crack them all into this. We had this big silver kind of like seasoning bowl, and I would pour water in there, and I would just, you put your face inside of it, a couple seconds, and I'm like, I'm awake now. Yeah. And then I had like those iPod minis or whatever they're called, and I would just have that with like the white headphones, the wire ones, and I would just like run. And for any of you Empire of the Sun fans out there, that was like the band that I loved to listen to when I was running.
Is it rock?
No, not necessarily. I need to tell you which song it was. Okay, well, sorry, this is just. No, of course I'm not gonna play it
because YouTube is gonna.
I mean, why not? I can do whatever the hell I want. It's my podcast too now.
They're gonna cut the audio on this thing.
So I really love the song "Walking on a Dream" and "Alive."
Walking on a Dream. Is it that one?
Yeah.
No? Oh, is that one?
Yeah. Such a great band. It's so Empire of the Sun is the visionary Australian electronic duo. Wow.
Yeah.
Australian electronic. I like that. So yeah, I got into exercise through sports and also just kind of needing an avenue to just my mind just needed to breathe. Yeah.
Okay. Breathe from what?
Well, I was always the type of kid that like I think a lot. It's the reason I chose philosophy, because I just be thinking, and then I be thinking, and then I overthink that thing, and then I overthink that thing. I'm just like my brain is always thinking.
Why?
Well, no,
why?
not necessarily like that. Like it's not like over the place, all over the place. I'm just thinking really deep thoughts ever since I was young. And yeah, like the household, there's just like a lot going on. It was just like a lot of noise. There's 6 of us on my mom's side, right? And like I don't know. I think that's part of the reason why like I could function with noise going on, but as you can recall, like when we started dating, like I
could not
despise noise. There's just too much noise. I need silence.
Yeah.
And I just remember one summer before I started the running right outside is like we moved around so much, so sometimes it was hard to have stability in friendships. Like I was really sad when we moved from Ottawa to Quebec, and then I'm more excited from Quebec to here because I did not like Quebec. Sorry.
It's the French.
I don't know, I just didn't like it. Yeah, I was just like, what is this? And I just left all my friends, not by choice, obviously, but so there's just this summer where it's just like, oh, I had made friends in school, of course, but it like most of the people in my school, they came from elementary with each other, or they just know each other longer, so they were able to kind of like build those deeper connections, right? So although I was making friends, like it's summertime, like who am I gonna call and be like, oh, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah.
And I just remember just like washing the dishes, and at that time like I was spending a lot of time making music, but anyways I was washing dishes, and I was just like, oh, like my mind feels a type of way, I don't know what it is because I've never experienced it before. Like I'm really good with being alone. I've been like I said, my siblings, everyone else is playing outside. I was just in the house, in the room by myself, having a blast. So yeah, I just got to the point where I was curious, just like it definitely has something to do with me, my aloneness. In a way, it just felt like, oh, usually like I'm okay to be alone, but why do I feel like I'm not okay right now, and then I was just like, I'm like, is there like, am I, and this isn't to make a joke of this or anything like that, but I was just like, am I like ill in some kind of way? Like, am I mentally ill? I'm just like, because I was so unused to the feeling, I'm just like, what is this? Like, why do I feel I couldn't even label it, But then we had a window that in front of the kitchen sink, and it peered into, our neighbor's house was directly across, right? So if I really wanted to, I could see inside, but most of the time the blinds are closed. But we're friends with the neighbors, sorry. Let me just clarify that. They were also they were also Caribbean, so we were like,
I thought you said they were also crooked.
No, Caribbean. My bad. But like, yeah, there would be, outside view if I looked a little more angularly. And for some reason, it was just kind of like, I just felt like, okay, I think I need to like get outside. And at the same time, like I said, I wanted to be more competitive in my sports, right? So I wanted to try the whole like, exercise type of thing. And so, yeah, I was doing the running. It was a combination of things, but definitely it's been a real mental health booster, I guess. Or it's just good for my mental. It keeps me really sharp. And when I started running, after that I started to get to the gym, because you could go to the rec center. Like between a certain age for free. You just go get the card, it's free, you tap in whatever. And then after a certain time I had to sign up for a commercial gym, in which I did eventually, and I'm sure we'll kind of get to that. But yeah, a little bit of just wanting a more competitive edge, wanting to just see where I could take myself. Yeah.
Both mentally. Okay, so it started mentally first.
Oh, yeah, it was not physical at all.
Okay, because I remember we talk a lot. So
yes, we do.
But we had a conversation a while ago, and I think you mentioned we probably talked about it several times. But you said a lot of times you had this kind of image of a way you wanted to look like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like in my senior years, I guess, or somewhere around there, I definitely... Oh, you know what it is? It was sometime after my running journey, because I think you become conscious, you know, about maybe the changes that are... Like after the run, you know, you're sweating, and then you go in the bathroom and you're, you know, looking at yourself, and you're kind of it gets you thinking. And at the same time, being in senior years, I feel like you also start thinking about your appearance a little bit more. But I never had an issue with how I looked. I always loved the way that I looked. I think it was more from
challenge.
Like challenges, like, oh, I do kind of want to, like, I kind of always had like I guess like chubby cheeks. I don't know.
Listen,
I've just always had that.
I've been there. When I look at my old photos, I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah, but here's the thing, that even like if I increase my it goes to my face, like the sugar. That's why I try to stay away from the sugars. I always see it in my face first. I've just always, and I was just like, okay, I kind of want to, like, you know, see my cheekbones a little bit more, and my cheekbones are flawless. I'm just gonna put. Sorry, I had to get a little ego boost there, but I do have nice cheekbones.
She does.
Thank you for the confirmation.
Yeah, she does.
And yeah, just kind of not necessarily looking for imperfections or at them. And those are in, you know, air quotations, because perfection does not exist. We will get into that at another Flowcast.
Flowcast.
Exactly. Yeah, I just had ideas about, like, okay, I kind of, you know, would like to be slimmer here, or like to shape this up. And then that kind of continued to grow as I got more into fitness. And I feel like that's a natural occurrence when you start exercising.
So yeah, it's funny because it's funny because a lot of times I feel like we are the same but also very opposite, right? Because I met you, obviously you were exercising a lot, and I was not. Like, I realize now I was not moving at all. And it's funny because even now with our diet...
You walk a lot though. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
You walk a lot.
Yeah, I walked a lot, and actually walking is a great workout. So yes, I did walk a lot, but I was not making myself sweat enough. And I think walking is great. Well, it's amazing. It's probably the best workout because it gets you really moving everything, right? But it's also important to sweat. And I did not, it's something that didn't occur to me, right? And now with our diet change, even in terms of like health, I see how I am assuming now, when I see the way you've been working out for all these years versus me, right, that the amount of the works out you do and the amount of sweat you have also makes you in a way healthier than me, because you sweat more than all the toxins, right, it comes out faster, and so your metabolism processes things faster, whereas for me everything is slower. And when you eat certain foods, yes, it does affect you, but your body is able to kind of digest them on a faster rate.
My body's like, quickly, let's get it out.
Yeah. And so I feel like because you've been exercising a lot, sweating a lot on a consistent basis for years now, in some ways, even though when you were a vegetarian, right, you were still not eating well, like balanced, your health would have been maybe more impacted if you did not go to the gym. But because you established that good habit from like more than 10 years ago, it benefits you in some ways today. And whereas for me, I see how my lack of like sweat and working out and making myself sweat puts me in a position where I have more things, like I deal with more things I have more things to heal
at a certain extent too.
And so that makes me realize how like the diet change is good, right? But you like having a workout, having something that makes you sweat, even if it's the sauna and then after that you walk every day, right? But something that makes you sweat more while you're hydrating a lot will in some ways like help you get better faster or keep yourself healthier in some ways, even with like a not so great diet. You know what I mean? It'll keep you almost leveled until it does not, you know? But I feel like the more you work out, the healthier in general you can be. Especially if it comes with like a very, very good diet. Then you are at your like top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my mindset has always been like before like obviously sweating is good, right? But I never really like researched anything. You know, I've just always held the thought where it's just like, okay, like I'm gonna sweat it out, you know.
Yeah.
Like if I'm frustrated, I'm gonna sweat it out. If I'm happy, I mean, I celebrate at the gym when I'm happy too. Yeah. But like, but even like when I was sick, like I never ran to the doctors. Like, I'm pretty sure there were moments where I probably had like the flu and I didn't know it was the flu, and I was just like, you know. But I was just, I don't know. I have this. For me, it's like I've just always told myself, okay, if my body is fighting something, I wanna teach it to fight. You know, and that's not just with like, you know, like colds or anything like that. It's just if I don't know, like just an analogy. If yesterday I ran, I don't know, for 1 kilometer, you know, and it was really hard, the next time I run, I wanna push it, and it's gonna feel like shit, but over time my body is going to be well adapted to it, and then I could do more and more and more. So I've just always kind of held that analogy. So for example, when I am feeling unwell, I'll go to the gym and I'll sweat it out because it needs to come out of your pores. You know, you have to get it out some kind of way. Yeah. And on the point where you said about the diet, like there are people who are exercise, you know, and you would assume that they're the healthiest people in the world, but never say never, right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, the unexpected can happen as well. There are people who are healthy and I don't know, maybe it's something that's hereditary or, you know, I can't really explain that. But I do think a diet is very, very it's very important. Yeah. And I think where the problems started to begin, especially in regard to my vegetarian journey, was I think as I was growing, because in the beginning, like I was fine and everything, but as I was growing, who is it, Leo? Our cat one of our cats, our tuxedo, is using
The bathroom.
the bathroom right now. So I don't know if it's a catch it, but hey, if you guys do, it's okay. We're all in this experience together. You just hear him like. Ksh, 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 ksh.
We'll smell. I'm wondering if we'll have like a smell.
We have the wood here. We could just burn it. Okay.
Burn.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make the place stinky, oh.
Yeah. Don't blow this shit up.
I almost burned down the house earlier already.
I love when we're just laughing about that. Like, we could have had no home to come back to. Oh,
Ginny,
well, it
if
could
you
have been
listen
worse.
to this, the house is fine.
It could have been worse.
See, he's done. I bet your ass he didn't cover properly.
Probably not. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at here is, as I was continuing to grow, what I was doing, it wasn't sufficient for my body. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. And also, you were eating at irregular times of the days, and then
I had to learn balance there.
Yeah. So for me, I've always loved the gym, right? But then I was more active at school. Like at school, obviously it's mandatory, so I was very into sports and all. Obviously, I always had a good grade in sports. I always had a good grade in like music, anything outside of French and math. Even English, I was doing better than French. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously my dad, but so I was always like, at the gym and sports at school. But I realized once you leave like high school and you go into like the universities or like college, etc., it's no longer mandatory. And I think that's a mistake. I really think it should be kept like as a mandatory, like a requirement. Mm-hmm. But then again, I understand that it's not other people's place to tell you to go and exercise. You know what I mean? I think it is important when you're in I think it is important when you're in high school because, well, you're a kid, right? You don't necessarily know what you need, you don't know necessarily what's good for you, so it's like imposed on you. But yeah, I realized after high school, I didn't sign up to a gym. I feel like it's that thing where unless you really love fitness or you have someone in your life telling you to make sure you sign up to a gym or something like this, not a lot of people after high school end up going to the gym. It's like you stop moving. Right? Yeah, you walk, you go, maybe in Europe, because in Canada and depending on where you live, because in Vancouver, you can walk a lot everywhere, like you can. It's not like what? It's not like you're in LA. LA, you need the car everywhere you go, right? But yeah, so I realized how much I was not exercising, sweating, like I said, and I almost I don't know. I almost wish I had almost someone to guide me through it or to push me, like something, you know what I mean? Because it really was hard for me to... when we started dating, was I going to yes, I had a membership. I had a membership at Anytime Fitness. Yeah. And you was trying to avoid me because when I told you, remember before we met, I told you
that you go to the gym and I was like, I don't want to go to the gym at the same time. Because she was going to the same
gym, yeah. And she didn't want to go at the gym at the same time because she figured out based on the distance on Tinder, right? Yeah, we met on Tinder. Based
so now we have to create another Flowcast about how we met. Okay, but we are like the 1% that actually
we were looking for serious shit.
If there's any other 1%ers out there, we invite you to them. We invite you to where this is an open invitation only to the 1%ers who've made it past 5-year mark. We invite you to the Flowcast we could share our experiences.
Over wine, not for me, but yeah, you know. But yeah, Tinder is something else. But
I had figured out, I had done some calculations.
Because we were like about 3 kilometers away from each other, and the only Anytime Fitness that was around, we both know which one it was, right? So you were totally like, she's probably going to that gym, and I don't necessarily want to see there. And after a while, shortly, I actually canceled my membership.
For traveling or something like that.
I said it was for traveling because that's the only way you. Okay. Allegedly.
I just told her maybe. Allegedly. I plead the fifth. I would like to exercise my right.
No one's gonna come sue me. I'm a member now.
Honestly, whatever. That was the past. Yeah, you canceled. You told them you were moving.
Yeah, but I was not. I used Photoshop. I give scammer vibes. Sorry. It wasn't Greg's gym, it was the other one. So it's another owner who won't hear this.
Who won't hear it. Yeah. Okay.
They can't sue me, right?
No, I don't.
I'm just trying not to teach y'all to do the same thing.
Yeah, guys, please don't cancel your gym memberships. Keep them.
Yeah, you should. I was just,
keep them.
You know what it was? I was just being like you know, when you're trying to save your money, you know, for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? I
understand.
It was that. It was just like, oh, like it feels a little expensive. Meanwhile, I could afford it, right? But at that time, it's like, oh, maybe you want to go to the rest. It's like you don't realize that when you go to the restaurant or when you go shopping in some ways or do something like this, it's a waste of money. Right?
Yeah, it's very not short term. It's temporary.
Yeah, it's not an
exercise
investment.
Is a long-term investment for
yeah.
So
you
it's a lifetime investment.
Yeah, so it's like the people who see investing as like losing money, right? Because I told you one time I saw the Bitcoin when I was in like Paris, and I was like, oh, because it was maybe 50 euros or less. And I was like, oh, what is that? And oh no, but I'm afraid of losing money. What if?
I think there's a lot of people who held that mindset. Yeah. Now people are just like, what the hell?
Yeah. Now it's above 100K.
Phenomenal. To anyone out there that got Bitcoin at the time, congratulations, bitch. I am so happy for you. Please spread the wealth. We'll link our PayPal and
yeah, send the money. Send the money to
It's Christmas time too. Be generous, bitch.
That's true. We are waiting.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, you know, it's that thing where it's like that mentality of like, oh, you think you're wasting money on like those things, you know, and later on in life you realize that
it's the best investment.
Yeah, it is the best investment. You should have invested it. You know, and so now I'm like, oh my God, like all these things, it's not a problem, right? You learn, you live and you learn. And some people will never look back and question and change, right? But others will realize that all these experiences and all the money you said you didn't want to spend on these, but you wasted it on something else. Like now you realize, oh shit, that was... Yeah, I didn't invest in myself the right way. I was spending on things I didn't need, right? But I think also it comes with growing up. It comes with, you know, it's like you have your first job. You're not necessarily thinking of saving, especially when most of our parents actually don't teach us to save money, right? Or maybe to invest or to invest in the money in yourself, in your, you know, whatever, something that's going to make you grow or things that are going to make you grow, not like clothes, you know, and things like this, right?
All that fast fashion bullshit that won't even last anyways.
Yeah.
Where everyone's wearing the same style, but I won't get into it. That's different for a different flowcast.
So many different flowcasts, baby. So many different conversations. But yeah, so now, anyways, I I guess what I was going to say is that, yeah, it was hard for me, honestly, to stay consistent, go at the gym. I was very motivated in the beginning. And I think where most people make the mistake is that you want to start strong. You know, you want to go 4 days a week or 5 days a week for an hour or 2 hours. When you're not used to it, you don't have the discipline right away, right? But that's where you're doing too much, and eventually you burn yourself out, and then you end up dropping everything. It's just like people who want to lose weight, you cut out everything.
Yeah,
and
so
then you
going
put
straight
on
cold turkey is not the vibe.
Yeah.
And if you're selling yourself a dream that you don't even believe in, honey, it ain't gonna work. You know, like slow and steady wins the race. Like there's a, I guess, I forgot what you might call it, but anyways, in the Caribbean, or at least my mom would say, those who go fast crash. So if you're trying to go, yeah, just slow and steady. Don't overdo it. Like you have to set smart goals. You know. Yeah, and you also have to. There has to be some, you know, be realistic as well. Like what you can do for like if you are working 5 days a week, you know, 9 to 5 or something like that, and maybe you have commitments on the weekend or whatever, you know, like you like work around what you got to work with what you can control, right? And it's about making that commitment and saying, okay, well, I'm going to get up every morning at 5 a.m. and go to the gym at 6, and then I'll be done at 8, and then I got to go home, and then I got work at 9:30. That might be a little too much, you know? Like break it up. Maybe try like, you know, 3 days a week or 2 days a week. Things will slowly accumulate, and you'll find your balance, and you'll figure things out essentially. But just don't start off with like putting everything on your plate all at once. That's just a recipe for disaster, to be honest. I have a you mentioned you know, finding the motivation, because I know that I mean, for me, yeah, like I was when we met, I've been in the gym, right? And I thoroughly love it, right? And I was trying to also get you to be active as well, just because I'm just like, oh, it's fun, you know. This is what I like to do. So
yeah,
like,
she
come on,
that shit. I was like, bitch.
I would. So I remember I would take you, because this. So I think we met just before the whole like COVID lockdown and stuff. Yeah, so when COVID happened and couldn't go to the gyms, right?
She bought all them weights. She bought all them mats. She bought everything, elastic, so she could do it at home.
Listen. I was just like, I cannot operate without this. Like,
she was gonna kill me if she didn't go to the gyms.
No.
Basically.
But maybe somebody, but it wouldn't have been you. If that offers you some reassurance. But yeah, like fitness is like I said, so monumental for me. It's important in my life. And so when they sent the notification that the gym's going to be closed, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Well, good thing I have some savings. I went around to all the shops to get the weights, the medicine balls, the mats, the skipping ropes, the elastic bands for like all that stuff. Because I'm just like, there's no way. Yeah. And like, there's just no way that I'm not going to exercise. I can't see that happening. And then I took you to get my cardio in. There was the track. Around
oh
my
God, I
place.
hate running. I hate running. Even till this day, I hate running.
And then there's me who loves sprinting.
Yeah, she's you hear her at the gym. It's like, doof, 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 doof.
Okay, for you. You're making me sound like I'm a...
No, the thing is, everyone who sprints at the gym, it's like the sound. It's like, you hear the... on top of
Yeah, it's the machines at the time. We have better treadmills now.
promoting the gym.
But yeah, I remember I told the story where it's like that one treadmill that I love so much. I listen to loud music when I run, so I don't hear what the treadmill sounds like. But apparently it was the treadmill that always made like a sound.
Oh.
And I was just like, nobody told me. If someone told me, I wouldn't have gotten on that treadmill. I was yeah.
I mean,
Anyways.
wow, yeah.
But yeah, I would take you to the track, and I would do my goal would always be, I think, like 30 or 35 laps. Yeah, so however long that took me, I have to do the 30 laps. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like.
And then I would take you to the track and let you borrow my they weren't running shoes at the time, but they were comfortable, to say the least.
Yeah.
So you could like run and stuff, and you'd be doing your slow jog, and you just look so miserable. And I'm like, hey, were you having fun?
But it's so funny, you know what? Because when I start running, if I really want to start running, in my head a lot of time I'm like continue, because even though I feel like tired and I feel like I can't. I still would continue, right? So that's why even in LA, remember we went Manhattan Beach, right? So there's Manhattan Beach, the pier, and then the next beach is Hermosa Beach. We came down there because that's where John lives, right? So between that pier and the other one, I think it's 2.2 miles. And I remember one time John said, "Oh, come running with me," and he runs on the sand on the beach. I was
that's the right way to learn how to run.
That's tough. So
it's hard.
That time I did the back and forth without stopping. And I'm not a runner, so it's not like, oh, it's gonna be easy, right? But I ran, and I remember just don't stop, breathe, And I did the back and forth, like the 2.2 times, two. And then after that I was like, oh wow, like I did it, but it's
your
all
mind,
mental.
It's mental. It's like y'all. I mean, diet is a big part of it, right? But apart from that aspect, it is like 90% mental, 10% physical. Your mind will tell you to give up before your body is actually ready to give up.
But and sometimes physically it feels like
I know, so when I was getting to fitness, right, I watched some video, I think, I saw some motivational video or some quote, something like that, and basically it was explaining that when you're feeling that burn, it makes you want to stop, right? But then guess what happens as soon as you stop? The burn goes away anyways, quite quickly sometimes for certain, like, depends what your exercise routine is, so that's just like, well, if I stop right now at the 10th push-up, I know it's burning, but then if I stop, the burn is eventually gonna go away, so let me just push through it. But it's really not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't, like, I feel like in some ways, I don't want to say I'm an overachiever, but if I start something, I kind of want to fully do it. And so I feel like that's why at the gym I put myself like high expectations, and
you
then
compete with yourself.
Yeah, and then I didn't meet them, and then I kind of like fell off, but then slowly over time I scaled back, right? So you were going at the gym, and you were exercising around the house. Obviously during COVID, when it reopened, you went to the gym, and then I remember I started with stretching, because that helped with my back, with the pain from like the thyroid,
yoga and all that.
Yeah, so I started every morning waking up, I go grab a coffee, right, iced coffee, and then I go on the soccer field, and then I just do my stretching for an hour, and that started making me feel good. And then I don't know why, at some point I started going to the gym. Was it last year? I think it was last year. It was just before. It was in December, I think. Something like this. And then from there, I just...
I got you to sign up.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Wow. I really don't... Yeah, okay. And then I signed up. And from there, I just told myself, like, you know what? No more quitting. no more making excuses is good for you. You're gonna slowly build like a routine. You're gonna try to go twice a week or 3 times a week, you know, and you're gonna commit to go the amount of time you said you would go.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and stay long, but as long as you go, you do something. And then over time, I noticed it became easier and easier and easier. And now
Think
it is
about
a
it
part.
less. You don't even need to think about it.
And now it became a part of my routine. And now, like every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, except on my period, because I cannot yet work out on my periods. That's another topic. But unless it's during my periods, now I go. It's a part of my routine, and I've learned to enjoy it because I know it is good for me. You know, so sometimes even when I don't want to go, there have been time where I don't want to go, and I force myself to go, and after that I feel great.
Amazing,
I feel like
right?
I feel like I've made the right decision. So sometimes I feel like people are just maybe it's mentally not strong enough. They're not, or like, you know, it's like because you're alone in your head, it's easy to convince yourself not to do something or to do something, right?
100%.
Like, I want a muffin, right? And then I'm like,
that sounds very convincing.
You shouldn't have the muffin. Yeah, but today you find a pretext that makes you say that, you kind of deserve it.
I made my bed and I brushed my teeth. And, I just feel like I deserve a muffin.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is.
To be fair, if you listen,
you can have the muffin.
We have, you know, I believe we have some free will. So if you want a muffin, go get yourself a muffin.
Yeah, go get yourself a fucking muffin.
But you touched on, oh my gosh, how the routine kind of gets, like, how everything starts to balance itself out as you continue going. Like, the most important thing is that even if you fall off the horse, as long as you get back on, you just get back on, you know, and that resonates too when you feel like the days where you feel like, oh, like I don't want to go, or maybe something happened in the day, it's your mood is off or something like that, and then you still deciding to go is getting back on the horse, and you feel amazing after. You're so glad that. I mean, obviously, I feel like there's the physical part. It's like, you got get good adrenaline, you know, those endorphins running or whatever. But I think it's it's in the mental way. It's like you recognize that, like I had a moment where, how can I put this into words? Like you just you got to witness yourself persevering, you know, and doing something even if you didn't feel like doing it. You know, I feel like there's a sense of pride there, you know, like you're proud of yourself. It just feels really good to not have something negative control your decision, you know. I
feel like I used to have that a lot. I definitely had a lot of moments where, not a negative thought, but you make stories in your head for reasons why you shouldn't
all
go, or
narratives.
you don't have to go. You definitely make narratives, and I realized as I started really wanting to be more self-aware or build self-awareness, and decided to be more present in my head and analyze myself and my decisions, and question myself and my decisions, then it becomes easier to see when you're the person, when you're the one who's you're finding pretexts, you know, or reasons not to do something that you said you would do. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll go tomorrow, or I'll do this tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're
able
able
in the evening instead of the morning. And
and then now I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, like, why is it you don't want to go? Is it that today you want to be lazy? Is it that, you know, what happened during the day that you're like, you know, is it a pretext? Like, do you know, like, just constantly thinking about why I'm making a decision, why I'm feeling the way I feel now, whereas before it wasn't at all like that. It's like, I feel like when you take the decision to be in your head and really listen to yourself, that's when you really begin to like self-analyze and understand now certain decisions you're making, and you just face yourself. You know what I mean? You face yourself, and I feel like from there, it's kind of scary, but from there you really get to understand who you are and the things you need to change,
100%.
make better, adjust. And it's like you look at yourself in the mirror and you can see, okay, yeah, no, like, because asking yourself questions, I don't think a lot of people do that enough, to be honest, because if we were, we would be able to sort a lot of shit out, you know. But it is hard, and it has to be with like, yeah, looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, okay, why am I not going to the gym? Why am I not eating this way, even though I want to, but I keep making excuses? And I don't like saying that it is hard to make the change, because for me, when I define hard, right, it's something physical. It's like a weight. If you ask me to pick up like a 200-pound like weight, that's physically hard. I can't use that word for the brain for some reason, because for the brain, for me, it's, if you really want it, it's not gonna be hard. If you really want it, you're going to do it and change your life 360 in one day. 24 hours, you decided, that's it, you're changing, you're tired of yourself and the way you were, you want to be better. And then the next is like people who are on their deathbeds, right? And all of a sudden they have an epiphany. They're like, no, I need to change my whole lifestyle. Before, it was hard. But the moment they decide to change, like they really want it, it's not hard. It's actually easy at that point. So it cannot be that it's physical. It's all mental. If you really want it, even if it's physically hard, even if physically it puts you through something, now it's different weight, because obviously the 200-pound weight, right? It's not like you can go from not lifting anything to lifting it. So you still need to train for that. But in terms of like lifestyle, like diet, for example, for us, right? Diet, people who say, oh, I cannot give up meat, or I cannot give up dairy, whatever. It's hard. It's something I like. It's not hard. It's just that you don't want it enough.
Or to be honest, I mean, I guess in some ways I'm sort of like a black and white thinker when it comes to like decision making. Yeah, I hate to measure decisions. I feel like, in a sense, yeah, things, I don't like the word can't or like hard, you know? I like to see things as challenges. Yeah, because just because something's a challenge doesn't make it impossible. You know,
same for me. I think challenge is a better word.
Yeah,
I don't like
because people take challenges as if like, oh, there's like it's a brick wall in front of them, and it's just like, you know,
I feel we're also in the habit of like using that term hard for everything and anything. You know, like, oh, everything seems hard.
The term is used extremely loosely these days.
Yeah,
oh,
this
is so hard.
Yeah, it's like, is it, or don't you want
to
do the effort?
Or is it just challenging, or is it like there's so many other words, you know? And I mean, I don't want to go off into a little tangent, but one of the books I'm reading talks about, I mentioned this to you about the words, like how people use words. Okay, a lot was said there. And I need to be put back on track.
The fact that I mentioned that everything is mental, basically, because if you really want
the decision making, yeah. So like I said, I don't necessarily like to measure the decision making, because I feel like a yes is a yes and a no is a no. You know, when someone says yes, it's a yes. When they say no, or at least that's how it should be in my mind. If you say yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, then it's a no. Let's just be straightforward.
People don't do that. Do you even do that? I don't think so. Sometimes I think not with me. I mean, with other people. Like, let's say someone invites you and you don't really want to go, but you said yes, but deep inside it's like,
there were definitely moments, but nowadays, like, I'll know, or it's just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But to get back on track here, I do hold the belief that, yeah, if you do really want something, and not just wanting, if you are ready for it, the decision is easy. It's simple. You know, and just kind of going back to what you said about the mental strength, I do believe that fitness or exercising does give you, it teaches you how to be mentally strong, because 90% of it, I don't believe it's entirely mental, because as a spiritual person here in some kind of sense, we are living in the material world. You know what I mean? We are put inside this body. So unfortunately, we have to work with the physical. So, you know, your mind can't do everything. Your muscles are working as well. That's part of the physical. So that's why I believe it's 90% mental and 10% physical, because your mind will tell you, oh, like, stop now. Like, you're doing push-ups, you're at like the 15th one, you know, and at the 15th rep, when your mind tells you, oh, stop, and then you do 5 more, you recognize it, like, oh, your mind will try to tell you to stop, but your body can keep on going. So it, like, fitness teaches you, it gives you so many tools, discipline, perseverance, believing in yourself, believing in your own potential. There's just so much that you learn about yourself in fitness. And for anybody who's like, they come to me and say, oh, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with confidence and blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously there are physical rewards to exercising, right? Whether, you know, you're looking nice and lean and sharp, your ass is fat, whatever the hell it is, you know, there are the physical rewards to it. But I feel like the mental rewards are just way more worth it. Like, for personally, for me, in my experience, you know, the physical desires came a little bit later. I was doing it all for, like, just like mental. It was like, it's my therapy, you know? But now it's just overall, it's just my pleasure, right? So yeah, it's it teaches you a lot. And for anyone who says, oh, like, I'm struggling with this and I want to learn this, I just tell them to, like, honestly, start working out, go into the gym, you know, because you're going to learn, you're going to be able to see just what you could do. You know what I mean? If you're doubting whether you could do something, go inside the gym. And then when you go from being on one end of, like, oh, I wonder if I can do this, to being on the other end of that and being like, oh, I've achieved it. You, like, for me, whatever I do in the gym, you know, that translates into, I feel like I could go out into the world and do whatever I set my mind to, because it's
proves you,
that I am capable, you know, of anything. But of course, you know, life is so dynamic, and life is just very intersectional, you know, so in some kind of ways there are limitations to what we could do at certain times of our life, at certain times, because this thing is constant, right? But yeah, the mental strength that comes with getting into something like exercise it's just so rewarding. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So wait, so when you said the mind, right?
Yeah.
Your mind will tell you to stop. Do you think it's the mind? What is the mind?
Well,
no, because
I don't. I think this might have to be a topic for another Flowcast, because then it's gonna get extremely philosophical, and
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good topic though. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
'Cause you know, I study philosophy, so I'm always talking about something and then just getting deep. And like a couple nights ago, we were talking about concussions and like what does it mean for them to be sleeping and like what's actually all that stuff.
That's true.
Like, and I was just going, you know, at first we have to define the terms to make sure we're on we agreed that these terms mean the same things, and then we could get further into the discussion. I love philosophy, man. Or like that there's that inner voice, you know, in your head is going to tell you like, oh, this burns, this hurts, like stop, you know, but you gotta push past that pain.
Because
what's funny,
comfort is not good for you, but your body also is like, no, not your body, but your inner voice is trying to keep you almost
I think
at
it's
the
also just like, I think it's a form of protection.
Yes,
you know, our bodies
yes.
or brains are constantly trying to protect us,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So maybe that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
That seems to make sense. We should research a little bit about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's burning, it's hurting, you know. So it's just like, oh, the protection comes in, like stop, you know. But yeah, real growth happens, and I mean, we're talking about fitness, right? So mental, but there's a little bit more that goes into the mental, you know. But anyways, just in fit exercise terms, like you have to challenge. You have to put your body through pressure, you know. I'm not saying you have to for like just go squat, I don't know, like 400 500 pounds or something like that, but like challenge yourself a little bit, you know. If you ran for 5 minutes on Monday, maybe on Wednesday you could try running for 6 minutes or 7 minutes, you know, or maybe just increase the speed a little bit, you know, and then you'll realize your endurance will start to grow, you know, your breathing techniques will develop, you know, and you'll see, of course, the growth on your legs or your wherever on your body, right? So I'm a stronger believer that, comfort is a killer. Discomfort is where you can grow from.
What makes you grow? Because that's when you learn. You can, like, you know, you don't know who you are and what you're capable of doing until
if you
you're
want to
doing
know
it.
what you're capable of doing, I'm telling you, go get yourself a membership, preferably at Anytime Fitness. I could recommend you a location. We are accepting memberships. No, I am not getting paid for this advertisement. But I could recommend you a very nice gym if you're looking for, you know, the springtime next year.
24 hours?
I got you 24 hours, you know.
There's no sauna.
So what? Why are people shitting on just because there's no sauna? You could create a sauna at home. You just, you know, you put a towel under that door, you know, make sure the heat doesn't go. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
Anyways.
Okay.
Die Hard Anytime Fitness. Forever, for life.
The purple,
yeah. You got to drink the perp.
That should be the name of the drink. Is it?
No, there's a perp is a code name for something. Some kind of drink. I don't know. Is it?
Don't try to be coming to promote drugs in here.
No. Let's clarify this.
Okay,
we're not. I am not promoting drugs, narcotics, none of that stuff. You know, I'm just explaining that there is some kind of drink called perp.
Okay.
Don't want SWAT kicking down the door. Just we got her. Yes. Poor Leo and Cece will be so terrified.
Yeah,
just like our parents are dealing perp.
Or maybe meow.
Oh gosh,
they won't give a shit.
Yeah, no, they'll just be like, okay, well, where's our food?
Whatever. Yeah. Leave some water, some extra food. Or
you guys are leaving without changing our litter. Excuse me.
I wish sometimes we could be in their head, like knowing what they're thinking and saying about us. Honestly, I have no doubt. Sometimes they're saying,
"Oh wow, we love our owners so much. They spoil us."
Bullshit.
Yeah,
they're not saying that. Sometimes they don't know. No, that's not possible.
Cats just constantly be ignoring us.
Okay.
but demanding our attention at the same time. But yeah, so let's get back on track here.
Okay, well, it's been an hour. Yeah, we could go on and jump from one subject to another. Honestly, this morning we were talking about something, and I honestly think the next episode is going to be about this thing, because it was just too good. She was talking, I wrote the notes. I was talking, I wrote the notes. Just because I didn't want to forget it. Like, but yeah, so
Flowcast is going to get extremely philosophical.
Yeah, so yeah. See, that's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, it would be nice if no, it wouldn't be nice. But if you have a mic in you, and kind of when you have those discussions, you can kind of record.
All of my intrusive thoughts are going to get recorded. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, it would block off
because what I be thinking and saying sometimes are different.
It would block.
No, not in general. I mean, everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want to say something.
It wouldn't record your inner thoughts. It will just record what you say out loud, so that when you have those discussions, like it records immediately. And
well, I'm sure there's some scientist somewhere that's working on
probably
that.
They already do implants for switching lights on and off, so I don't fuck with that shit.
Oh, that
I
sounds lazy.
Cyborg.
That sounds lazy. You can't get up and go flip the switch on you. Like, that's getting your steps in.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, but people, what pisses me off is that there are some people here on the second floor. And keep in mind, okay, the first floor is actually the ground level here. So you have people making us wait in the freaking elevator to go on the second floor, which is in reality the first floor, to get into their apartment. You can't take the stairs? It's one flight of stairs to maybe 24 steps.
True, but babe, people have free will. So if you want to take the elevator, take the elevator.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know you have free will. If you want to take the elevator, take the elevator. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're on the first floor and you're waiting, some people wait five. Some people, listen, some people wait a couple of seconds. Sometimes, and you know what they do? If the elevator is a little slow, they complain about it.
That's crazy. I would just take the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes the elevator is slow, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's days where I'm just like a little less patient, but I'm just like, I'm not waiting more than 10 seconds for this elevator. Yeah. I'm on the stairs, and I'm just like, I'm going to get my steps in.
And that's how listen, you don't even need a gym, okay? If you have stairs like this and you're in a building and you have stairs, just wake up in the morning, go up and down the stairs a couple of times. You'll see how it's like the Stairmaster, and I hate the Stairmasters. But
love that shit.
Yeah, Ash will be on there like. No, she doesn't.
That's not the sound effects that I make. Yeah, that sounds like struggling. I don't struggle on the Stairmaster.
You just hear
the Stairmaster struggles with me.
Yeah, so you just do.
I know a Stairmaster hate to see me coming.
Listen, it's already a workout. You don't even need the gym. You just go up and down the stairs. Even if you're at home, you have stairs. It's already like a workout. You don't even need the gym.
There's so much that you could do in your own household. Like, I mean, there's so many videos. Look at me,
I do jumping jacks in the house.
Yeah.
When I wake up.
Yeah, you could lift something heavy. I don't know, like take a couple textbooks or some books and just do squats with them. I do the dips on the countertop, since it's like a corner. I put my hands in it.
There's some people they can start with their own body weight though.
Yeah,
you can't even carry yourself. That's the thing. It's like, your body is actually heavy. I'm 120 pounds. Is that it? I'm 120 pounds. I know in kg, I think it's 120 pounds. That's a lot. When I think about it in weights, that's a lot.
Can you squat your weight?
I don't know. I haven't tried. But what I mean is, when I do the yoga, when I do the push-ups, etc. Even when you do a push-up, some people can do push-ups, right? If you manage to get yourself...
lifting your own weight is hard, yeah.
Yeah. So even the pull-ups is like, you weigh a lot. So if you reach to a point where you're able to lift yourself up with just your weight, then it's strong. A big progress. Yeah, you're strong.
Core is strong.
Yeah. So anyways, we diverted a little bit, but...
A lot of it.
Okay, yeah, a lot of it. Okay, so let's wrap it up. And we'll come back for whatever conversation we had this morning, because that is going to be a fucking interesting one, let me tell you. And I have a little thing I'm gonna read in the beginning because I think it's amazing.
Yeah, you didn't read anything in this beginning.
Yeah, it's fine. We
You could make something up right now. 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Just kidding.
It's just like when you used to ask me to freestyle and I don't rap and I'm like,
Boom, boom, chick, boom, boom, chick.
I have
You gonna close it off? Close this flowcast off?
No, you can do it. I can't do it. You can do it.
No.
Yeah, come on. Be a little creative.
Damn, now it's turned on to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Okay. I'll try my best. We had a really great conversation about many things. Me and you, we is twins. Let's. This is Rawganism. We talk about a lot of things. Me and Michelle, they call us twins. Very the same, very alike. I don't really know, but let's just close this shit up. This is
call
not
us twins. You want to talk about Pizzeria Farina calling the twin sisters
that's
are
true.
back.
Yo, the sisters are back. I can't believe it. It's just like, no, we're not sisters.
Sisters.
You get into
No, we're not sisters.
we're more than sisters, guys. Oh
No,
gosh, we don't even look alike.
We don't look alike. I gotta
That's
look at my
crazy.
nose.
Yeah, like
Yeah, no, we don't look
look
alike.
at all this chocolate and then all this caramel.
What are you? Yeah.
Michelle's about to be like, "Are you about to call me not black?"
Yeah. Yeah, because honestly, yeah, no, if I had to define myself, like, yeah. Obviously, I don't want to say I'm black, right? But
Why not?
because
It's
I
okay.
feel like,
We'll get into this for.
Because in the black community, especially in the US, right? If you're light skin or mixed skin and you say you're black, they're gonna tell you you're not black. It's like a thing. That's, you know what I mean?
That would be a good topic for another flowcast.
No, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
But truth is, I'm half and half. And if you ask me what I identify to the most, it's black.
Okay, period. Love that.
Okay.
Love
Well,
that. No shame on nothing else that's not black. You know what I mean? But you know what they say when it's go black.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So
Yeah. So thank you again. I'm really excited to be a part of, the flow class, the flow cast, and I can't wait to talk about a lot of the exciting things that we talk about all the time. So yeah, I hope this was a kind of a good introduction. But yeah, I like to, people get to know me slowly, so that's just how it's gonna work for this.
We peel the layers. She's a Capricorn. She doesn't give it to you straight.
I mean, as
last time I ended up with a straight joke, and now I'm ending up with a straight joke as well. She didn't laugh. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, you did think it was funny. I was just like,
I'm awkward. Why? I don't feel like I have good jokes. Sometimes I'm able to really like.
You really laughed there. And I was just like, huh? Yes, I am a Capricorn, since you put that out there.
Yeah.
We could just cut this whole part out.
We won't.
Because I want them to guess. I want them to be like, oh my gosh, I wonder what her sign is. And then they'll be like, I knew she was a Capricorn. Capricorns unite.
Okay,
by the way,
because that's
Capricorn
what you
season is coming soon. So if there's a Capricorn inside your life, you better have gotten them a gift and just shown your appreciation to them, because you have no idea how much. If that Capricorn is in your life, they love you.
Yeah, if you have a Taurus in your life, just
right.
make sure you make them feel stable and loved.
Stable love, food, trips, and stability.
Yeah,
there's one girl online that said Capricorns love stability, and all the Capricorns were roasting her, just like, bitch, did you say stability? Like, and they love stability. Oh gosh. There's a joke I want to say. It's relating to something else, a different video. But there's a comment under a funny video that I was shown at work, and someone commented and said, "Is English your first language, or are you using ChatGPT?" Like, is English your first language, or are you using ChatGPT?
People in the comments, honestly.
The
before that, I didn't used to read comments like that, and then people were like, comments are the best, and then I started, and I'm like, yeah, people are funny.
You know how I started reading comments when I started to notice you commenting on posts, and I'm just like, uh-oh.
Really?
Seeing your comments, I'm just like,
I was roasting people. I never used to answer. Now I'm like, when I read something that's just like, I'm you know what? Sometimes I just cannot resist. It's just like when you're in the car.
I could tell. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to, talking about more exciting topics. And yeah.
All right. Good night. And see you in the next episode of this vlogcast, Rawganism.
Rawganism.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good morning, good day,